closing questions, I'll give you some options for that. I think that if we were to play like Family Feud, where we've surveyed 100 people, 100 salespeople, and we said, what's the one sales skill that you'd like to improve the most? I would guess that the number one sales skill would be to be a better closer. Like that would be the number one that would flip up, to close better. And I think that first of all, if you do what I just showed you already, like qualifying, you doing the litmus test on prospects, your closing is going to be a lot easier because you're going to weed out a lot of the time wasters, and it's the time wasters that you're at the end of this, you've forecasted the deal to management, and management's telling you to go make it happen and go close the deal, and you're having trouble selling the deal. By qualifying, you're going to get rid of those, so the deals that you do try to close will close easier. But you can still ask some questions, and some questions that you can ask are trial closing questions, which are just checking to see what's going on in the prospect's head. It's like a test close. What do you think about what we've discussed so far? How would what I showed you? How would that help you guys? Help your operation? Is this something you could see yourself using? Are we heading in the right direction with what we're talking about here? Does this agenda match up with what you see? So these aren't necessarily saying are you ready to go to the next step? Is this something you want to purchase? These are checking in to see whether or not you're progressing towards a close. Soft closing questions, this is basically you're trying to close, but you're letting the prospect determine what to do or tell you what they want to do. So what would you like to do next? What direction do you want to go from here? Do you want to continue talking about this? Would you like to talk again and continue this discussion? And now hard closing, here's some hard closing options. Are you ready to move to the next step of the process? What would you need to be able to make a commitment to move forward? So that's a good question to ask. The prospect's saying, I don't know, or I'm not sure. Well, what do you need changed? Is it the price that is preventing you? Is there a feature that you need? What do you need to be able to make a commitment? And then if the prospect basically isn't necessarily getting everything they ask for, a good question to ask is to say, well, let me ask you this. If you had everything you wanted, the features, the price, everything, are you saying that you would be able to take that step forward? So that's having the answer to that is a good answer to have. If we were able to give you everything you're asking for, would you be able to move forward? When are you going to make your final decision? If they're delaying you, if they're pushing you off, hey, call me back we're gonna hold off for 3 months. Okay, do you mind if I ask if there's a change or something different that will be going on in 3 months that will make that a better time for you to purchase? You're not able to do it now, and you think that you might be able to do it better. Do it then. Is there anything that's preventing you from being able to move forward with this purchase? So some hard closing questions.